So now I always have the option when it gives me equations and I want us to know, it wants to know if it's quadratic or whatever category it falls into. I always have the option of taking my calculator, putting the equation into it, and looking at the actual picture of it. And that's a fine option. It takes a little bit longer than if you know necessarily what to look for. So this says which ones are quadratic. It says how do you know they're quadratic? So if you're going to use the calculator, I would draw a little sketch of them next to it to kind of say, hey, I use the calculator. This is what's going on. I mean, you can screenshot the calculator and put it right on there too. I know, and if you do know it, this is a shorter version, that a quadratic equation is going to have an x squared in it. So what has an x squared in it? That does. That one does not. Second one does not. Third one does not. Fourth one does not. The fifth one does. It's not solved for y. So I'd have to minus the 2x solve for y, but there's nothing above an x squared in it. So that one is also going to be quadratic. If I want to be fancy, this one's linear. This one's exponential. This one's linear. And this one's exponential. If I want to get real fancy and make sure I know what everything is. But that's how you can tell quadratic. X squared, I'm going to say that there's nothing, is the highest degree. I'm going to say highest degree. Just to kind of mean there's some of them will have an x squared, but if it has an x to the third, it's not quadratic. X squared has to be the highest degree in the function or the equation.